Hi, welcome back to The Coinversation. I'm Marc.
Hi, I'm Aryeh.
And we're here for another Tweets of the Week.
Yeah, our weekly segment on the tweets that we found interesting and what have you. So I guess we'll just dive right in. So the first one was one that actually we both saw separately and both got the same appreciation out of, which was from Erik Voorhees. And it says, Bitcoiners, stop the damn infighting, activate SegWit, then hash force to 2 times that
Hard
block
fork.
size. What?
Yeah.
Hard fork, yeah. The HF, right. So hard fork to 2 times that block size and start focusing on the real battles ahead, hashtag Bitcoin.
So this was yesterday, actually,
Yeah.
and this was insane. I saw for like 10 hours, there was just back and forward replies between Voorhees and other people.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a lot of hating, really a lot of hating, and other people got dragged into it.
Yeah, you said they were calling him like a sellout. And
Yeah,
like,
exactly. They called him a sellout. They brought in Roger Ver because they're friends and, you know, they have similar opinions on a lot of the issues, and they called him incompetent and you know, I mean, guys' names were being trashed.
Yeah.
And it started out, you know, there's always a couple of replies because SegWit especially, you know, is controversial issue. You know, like where do we go? We turn it on, we're not getting network acceptance. Do we hard fork first? If we actually accept it and get consensus, will there be a guarantee of a hard fork? You know,
right.
there's
And
a lot.
Yeah, we've spoken about this in the past. It happened back at the Ethereum hard fork in the beginning of this discussion with the Bitcoin hard fork when we were talking about the hash power and where we're reaching to basically. And obviously it's going to be a controversial issue, but like all over social media, you always see this just as soon as a debate starts, it's just trashing people. And I hate that we're seeing it now in Bitcoin. Like I haven't seen that much of it, the truth is, and then like suddenly
there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot on Reddit. In fairness, like
right.
Reddit's gotten a bit ridiculous, and I know a lot of the guys moved away from it. And you see some in the forums, but this was really, I don't know if it's just, you know, we're naive or, you know, kind of running through the poppy fields with ponies, but this really seemed like, you know, a disproportionate attack. Now we're dealing with a lot of variables here. So we've got SegWit, we've got the block size, we've got the hard fork, we've got Lightning. So there's a big argument about the order in which they should be done, you know. But one of the first comments back was basically like, Voorhees, you're blah blah whatever, and he said like, you know, at least make a comment, don't just troll me.
Right, and he literally started the tweet with "Stop the damn infighting," and then it just, you know, like it's you know, it's a little. It's annoying. It's really annoying, and like there is definitely discussion here, and you could hear both ways.
But I think the point of his tweet, you know, and I mean, feel free to chime in, join us on the conversation. Shout out to Erik Voorhees, but
yeah.
I think the point was, like, forget the specifics for a second. Let's just stop acting like a bunch of babies and get on with what needs to be done because there are bigger issues at hand. You know, Bitcoin has to deal with real world challenges. Right. There are critics outside of it. There are other coins. There are issues, and you know, for a libertarian community to be this political is a disaster.
Yeah, for sure.
But then to make it so personal, you know, the whole basis and success of consensus is argument, debate. Right? No issue. I have no problem with that. But when you start trashing people personally and calling them this and that and this, it's completely counterproductive.
Yeah.
And to do that to 2 people who, you know, at minimum are like involved in the community, and we should treat them with some level of respect as a result. But when it's Voorhees and Roger Ver, where whether you agree with their opinions or not, I mean, these guys have made a difference.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking about guys who have made a difference, this next tweet comes in from Charlie Shrem. So Charlie Shrem, the adoption will be worldwide, but it will take, but it will come, okay, and then it said home screen on every Swiss train, SBB, ticket machine via the Serbtcch hashtag Bitcoin. So basically he's talking about the new, where they're trying to implement it to Swiss trains now that you can use Bitcoins to pay, and it's like all over the place, which is awesome. And his exactly what he said, the adoption will be slow, but worldwide is 100% true. We're seeing it in Iceland, we're seeing the growth in India, you know, and we're seeing it all over the place where this is just cropping up, more and more situations where Bitcoin is the answer and unregulated currency is the answer, and now we're seeing it crop up in Switzerland, which is just, you know, it's awesome.
If I remember correctly, I think a few months ago they put in place test terminals where you couldn't actually pay with Bitcoins for the tickets, but you could buy Bitcoins at the stations.
Yeah, I think
so it's great. I mean, it really is great, and seeing more and more from Shrem that's really about adoption that's about the future. You know, as he's come back into the space and he's getting more and more vocal, like you can see he's still an idealist, but he has that vision. He sees where we're going. You know.
For sure. And speaking about, we actually just mentioned too, and I'll just run straight through both of these tweets just because they both sort of talk about exactly what we're talking about now, which is from the Bitcoin updater. Indian Bitcoin startup Unocoin launches mobile wallet for iOS and Android. Hashtag Bitcoin, and then it has a link for the article that I was referencing. And the next one, actually no, we'll separate and speak about that for a second, because I think that everything that's going on in India, and now this new startup Unocoin launching the mobile wallet, is an awesome thing, because population speaking, India is, I think, number 2 in the world, right? Yeah, number 2 in the world. And if India, as a people, just adopt Bitcoin, and because of what's going on with the 5,000 node or the 1,000 node, 1,000 node being removed.
No, it's clear, it's opportunistic. Hats off to them for doing it. I don't know much about the wallet, but clearly taking advantage of the market problem.
Right.
Nice.
And realizing where there is definitely a market to go into, and just exploiting it in the best way possible. And the next one comes in from Tuur Demeester, yeah. And it's Venezuela's currency is now worth so little shopkeepers weigh vast piles of notes instead of counting them.
I was speaking to someone from South America about this actually, and it's insane. We saw the same thing in a couple of countries. One of our favorite on the conversation being Zimbabwe, which for anyone who hasn't watched any shows is a great example of economic success. Weighing money. Yeah. Because it's literally worth nothing.
Right. Literally it's a bag of papers that have a teeny tiny bit of value. It's like in the, I think we spoke about this once in the old movies where they just sort of they throw you the random amount of gold, exactly. And it's literally going back to that. And this is another place where it's for sure going to just push towards Bitcoin, because more and more people are realizing that their fiat currency, that their country's currency is just not reliable.
And I just want to point out for any trolls that are going to comment on the video, like, I don't agree with your gold analogy. I mean, I get the motion and everything, the nonchalance with this is worth nothing, just take it, pleb, take it, right? But yeah, I think let's not reference gold as how things used to be before we start getting a whole bunch of hating trolls, over and above the normal trolls. And we look forward to your comments this week too.
Always.
But yeah, interesting. We didn't see a central theme this week, across Twitter. But it's been an interesting week. The India story continues to be prominent. Yeah. And we see, the whole $1,000 there. That was interesting. And if you've got any tweets you want us to speak about, or
just anything we missed, or cool tweets, or
otherwise, just subscribe below. You can see all the original tweets. Follow the Twitterers. I don't know what they're called, right? But the accounts that tweeted them. And obviously follow Conversation, follow our Twitters, and we'll see you next week for some more tweets.
Yeah.